What's up everyone? I'm trying to get back to a really consistent schedule of uploading, so just to let you know, my uploads should be Wednesday and Fridays, so stay tuned for all of the new videos coming out. But today I wanted to share with you my restaurant bag that I take for my 2-year-old. I had shared things like this in my daily vlogs back in June, but I know some of you wanted like an actual detailed video of things, and that way also you guys can ask me questions down below if I don't cover something. But my 2-year-old, she turned 2 April 15th, so she's not quite 2.5, and we used this bag a ton in June and part of July, and it has come in so handy. So I felt like this was a great opportune moment for me to make a video because I just know that all this stuff works for her really well. I ordered this backpack just off of Amazon. Actually, I think almost everything in this bag is going to be from Amazon, so I will try and have like a list down below for you guys to just, you know, be able to click on it and order whatever you want to order. But I love it because my daughter loves like bunnies, and I just think it's like the cutest little bag. This is like the toddler version, so it's not a full-sized backpack because I didn't want to have to lug this huge thing, and it actually works out really well. So I'm going to show you. So first off, this is like mostly activities, but also a couple things that we use in the restaurant. So on this side here, I have her apron. This is like a bib apron. We actually have one that we keep for like art and stuff like that, like Play-Doh, or if we're painting. These are machine washable. They just like tie in the back, so they're really easy to put on, and they have so many amazing prints. This one I think is like the baby to like 2 or 3T version, so you can get a lot of years worth out of this, and then they make like a bigger size, which I think that she's gonna be starting to get into the big size soon. But I just like love this print, so I just keep it in the little pocket because then I can throw this over her clothes when we're eating. That way she's not getting too messy. On the other side here, I have travel utensils. So this case, it actually was a travel utensil from 𝒐𝒏, but I took out the original utensils and I put in our 𝒐𝒏 utensils. These are top tier for kids toddler utensils, okay? Like, I've tried so many different ones, and I actually just ordered a second set because we've had our first set for over a year now, I believe, and it comes in like a pack of 3. And so since I put one of these in like this as the travel, and like this bag stays in the trunk of my car, we just didn't have enough. So I ordered a second set, so that way we have 5 sets in here for, like, you know, if you have multiple meals a day, like you're using multiple different utensils. But yeah, I just love these. They are very like weighted and heavy, which is so nice. They're also not like too long, and I love that they're not curved at all, because like my toddler knows how to eat like regular with a fork and a spoon, and the ones that are curved or like have really thick handles or just do like weird things, these ones just mimic like our regular utensils but in smaller form, and they're like heavier than a regular utensil, which I find just comes in so handy. But I do like this case. This was the 𝒐𝒏 utensil case, and it does come in handy for storing. Then I do have a mat. We actually own another one. It's like this tan one, and that is like her seat, so that always stays there. So I got a green one for us to take on the go. This works really well. It just folds up really easy. It's not like sticky, but it does not slide all over the table. Not only do you not have to worry about like dirty tables, but then this also helps because I'll show you, like, we have Play-Doh and stuff in here, and just having something that's not like the actual table is just nice. And so I just take like a baby wipe, because I actually keep wipes in my purse, not in this bag, and then I just take a baby wipe and like wipe it off at the end, you know, if there's Play-Doh on it or whatever, and it comes with the little holder. So really love this as well. I think that might be all of the like eating stuff. The rest is like activities. I will say in this front pocket, I do keep just a couple emergency snacks. So I'll show you what I have in here for now. And these are like pure emergency. We actually have not used any of these because I believe if we're going to a restaurant, like I want you to be hungry to eat with us, but I love being prepared, and so you never want to go and like, I don't know, say it's like something crazy and your food just does not come. It's nice to have snacks. And so we have like a beef stick, we have a That's It bar, we have our handy dandy fig bars. These Joy Fit pretzels are really great. I have a freeze-dried strawberry, and then a fruit roll-up. So those are like purely emergency. Also in this front pocket here, we have our little Play-Doh set. She loves Play-Doh. My daughter is obsessed with Play-Doh, and normally I make it homemade here at home, but I did buy like the little travel, I think these are 1 ounce, just to have for the travel. And then we actually had a big set of like accessories that I had gotten off of Amazon, and some kind of had like duplicates, like it was like, oh, a big roller and a little roller. So I put a lot of the little things and a couple of like the cookie cutters from our Play-Doh set. She begs to play with this when we're at a restaurant. When we were at the beach, we were there for 7 days, so we ate at restaurants like once a day, sometimes twice a day. There were a couple days obviously we didn't go out at all, but I saved this for like if it was gonna be like a dinner where I knew that we were gonna have to like wait a while for our food, which by the way, this bag worked so well. We had no meltdowns, nothing crazy. She would literally sit in the high chair and I would get out one activity, not all the activities, just one. And she would just go to town playing it. We would each order like drinks, you know, like a cocktail or a beer. And it was just very peaceful and relaxing. And so, yeah, this has come in handy multiple times. But the Play-Doh, I usually, because it's her like favorite, and it, you know, you can play with it for a really long time, I save it for like, okay, if it's a dinner, you know, it's gonna take longer to get food, but highly recommend making a little Play-Doh bag. And then once these get mixed, I just end up like throwing them away and then putting like new little ones. You obviously could keep the containers and have like a bigger stash and then refill them. But since this was like my first time in the last few months, like kind of doing this, I haven't like quite done that yet, but that's probably what I will do since I'm pretty sure she would enjoy playing this for like years to come. I also have these matching cards from 𝑫𝒊𝒔𝒏 in here. I actually don't think we ever had to pull these out. I think all of the activities have been really great that I never had to pull these out, but they are like matching shapes and colors and stuff like that. All right, so that was in that front pocket. There's this tiny little pocket. I actually just have like a little thing of bubbles. Now we're gonna look in here. This is where most of the activities are. So I do have this sticker wow, and so this little thing is filled with stickers, and you like put the, like, you know, press on it and like put the stickers on there. I think you can buy refills once you're done. And obviously you could do a water wow. We have a water wow in our car caddy, which I might actually show you a little bit of that after I'm done showing you the restaurant bag. So that's why I did the sticker wow for like a restaurant activity. Okay, then in this bag, this is just a cloth diapering bag from Assembly. But I put in here some magnet things that we have. So I got these magnetic squares, blocks, whatever you wanna call them. There's a whole bunch of them in here, but I got these at the thrift store. You can get these on Amazon, but before I bought them on Amazon, I found them at the thrift store. She is obsessed with these things. I mean, you can create just so many different scenarios. She plays with these a ton at the restaurant. And so then I did get the little magnetic men to go with, because you can just create so many different scenarios. And there's multiple different men here. They can all be hanging on and doing things. This just creates a lot of different like open world play stuff, and I just keep them all in this bag for easy access. It's also easy to throw them in once like your food shows up, because once our food shows up, we put away all activities, and then it's like, okay, we're all eating our food together. So that's our magnet men. But then I also have this travel magnetiles. Here at home, we actually buy the off-brand, but for the travel ones, I actually bought the Magnetile brand because it came in this like little tin and stuff. And these are also really cute and really great. They work super well, and you can create all kinds of like different, you know, scenarios, and also you can like build in the tin. So yeah, she's a huge fan of these, and also my husband is a huge fan of these. Then I have this bag of animals. So it's like all different kinds of like, there's like pandas, tigers, and they came with these matching cards, so you can match. Like we would do this with her at the table, so we would like set all the cards out. She would put like the giraffe on the giraffe, so you can do it like with the cards, and these cards are very, very, very beautiful. So you can play it as like a matching game, or I will use these animals along with like these magnet tiles, and she'll build like a little fence or a farm or whatever it would be. So you can like use all of these things in multiple different ways if you want to get out more than one activity. Like these two things are very easy to clean up quick once your food comes, so I don't mind. Like I usually don't get out all the animals if I'm pairing them with this. I'll just get out a couple for her to like, you know, play with or whatever. She really enjoys these, and these also come, I think, in different sets. Like you can get like just an aquatic set, you could get just a farm set. I felt like we didn't really have like safari type animals, so that's why I got the safari set. Then we have these Play to Go Melissa and Doug little activity things. So this one is specifically to make like little ice cream cones and ice cream sandwiches. So like all of this you can like put together, you can put this on, you can put sprinkles on. There's like little cookies, you can make a little ice cream sandwich. You can stick these together so that way you have a double scoop, right? Yeah, so you can have a double scoop. There's a whole bunch of different ways to play. There's like a spoon, there's a straw, you can have a milkshake, and it's just so nice because everything fits right back into this container. So nice because you don't lose the lid because it's all like attached. But yeah, you can just put it back in. So this is really fun to play pretend with. It actually came with two. So we have this cupcake one as well. So this one has like a bunch of like cupcake toppings and like a candle. There's a lot of stuff in here. So multiple different ways that you can play and, you know, have a little restaurant while you're waiting for your food to come. So that was the whole restaurant bag. You don't need a ton of different activities. All of these worked really well, even for a whole week at the beach. This is like exactly what I took and what we got through with all of the restaurants, and she did not get tired of them at all. Obviously though, this stays in the car. This isn't something that I pull out for her to play with, so it does feel very new when we're at like a restaurant because it's things she hasn't seen in a while or she doesn't play with often. But highly recommend all of these types of toys for her age. Now I'm gonna show you just my updated like car toy caddy bag. I will say with her getting older, she doesn't need as many activities for her to be like good in a car ride. So we actually do not do any screen time in restaurants. We don't do any screen time in car rides, and we have taken many car rides with her. A lot of times I am driving an hour with her to go to like a children's museum, music class, things like that. So pretty much from birth, she's been used to like long car rides. But then we also will go to like Pennsylvania, which is a 4-ish hour trip. Virginia Beach is the same. To the Outer Banks is like 5.5 hours. We've even driven all the way up to Maine, but she was like younger at that age. We went to Knoxville, which was 4 hours. And I have found that the older that she gets, if we bring a couple of her stuffed animals, she's actually been really good at just like, you know, imagining scenarios and like, you know, playing with her animals and like them talking to each other and stuff. So I don't have as many activities as I feel like I needed when she was like in the 1 to 2 age stage. I still use this same caddy. I've been using this for years. At first it was my diaper caddy in the back of the car, and then once I started needing to have like a couple toys and stuff for her, it became the car caddy for activities. First off, we always have some books in the car. These are ones that I've just like thrifted, so it's not anything like, you know, crazy or our favorites. It's just like books that she doesn't see very often because they're in the car. So we have like a couple smaller ones and bigger ones. This one I got at a little free library and she kind of likes looking through it. And then this one is one I did buy brand new because it's like a finger trail one. So like you can, you know, have the divots to like trail your fingers in. So it's kind of like an activity and a book all in one. Then we have this like writing tablet thing. So it's not like an actual tablet. It's just used for writing and drawing. She loves this thing. This has come in so incredibly handy. She uses it all the time. We also have our Water Wow or Aqua Art. I did have like a farm Water Wow, and then after like a year, it's just, eventually they just get so like mutilated and scratched up and stuff. But now we have this like bluey one, so you just have water in the pen and then it like paints with water, but no mess, you know. We obviously always keep lots of stickers because she really enjoys looking at stickers, putting them like on her legs or feet or shoes or water bottles. Like, you know, it's not anything that's crazy that I can't get off. So then we've had this for a while, her little Pop-It. She loves this. And something that I got recently at the dollar store is this little clicker. So like she will literally just sit here and click. She's a fidgeter like Alvin. Then my mom got her these like lacing cards, and these are actually really good for the car. So she will literally just take this little, you know, piece of yarn lace or whatever and lace it through. So I just keep like 2 of them in there. I don't keep the whole box or anything. Then we do have this. I got this at Goodwill.
Let's learn 𝑈, 𝑚, L.
So it has different modes. You can turn it fully off if you want, but just a kind of electronic thing for her to have, because we really actually don't have any other like electronic books, but this was $1.99 at Goodwill. Then I used to have Pop-It books in the car, like the little ones. We went through those so much, and she definitely outgrew them. So now I have the cards that are for counting, and she can just sit and pop and count. So we have, you know, like the whole set, and I'll just give her a couple at a time to like look at and pop. And then lastly, this is one of her favorite things. I am not lying. She played with this for an hour and a half total, like at one time in one of our trips. It is one of those magnetic, like, I don't know what you would call it, like magnetic boards. So like these, you know, pop up with the magnet, and then you can like push them back in. It also makes a lot of noise, but she like loves that. She played with this for so incredibly long, so highly recommend this. So yeah, that's it. That is my full car caddy. I keep this just in between the seats, like in the back seat on the floorboard, so that way I can like easily reach and like grab something, or if one of us is in the passenger seat, then the other person can like reach and grab something. But it comes in really handy for like long car drives. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing both the restaurant bag, which is just so incredibly handy, and then the car caddy. And I will try and link everything down below for you guys, but I will see you in a video on Friday. Bye everyone.